strong linkages between the private sector and academia are so important. And I should point out this is exactly the kind of ecosystem that was the foundation of Silicon Valley in the United States in past decades. And now to a topic that's dear to my heart because I have a young daughter who is an aspiring engineer. Women account for just 28% of the global workforce in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, so-called STEM fields. But here at STL, women make up an astonishing 70% of the engineers who are on staff. Yeah, exactly. It deserves recognition. So please join me actually in a round of applause, not just for those women, but for the women and men who are helping to build Kenya's future right here and right now. All right, with that, and so on behalf of the United States of America, congratulations on this remarkable achievement. We're proud of your contributions to Kenya's vibrant technology sector, and we are looking forward to how we can continue to support ongoing development. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for His Excellency Mark Dillard. Indeed, it's an honor to have you here with us today, and we thank you for the instrumental role that the U.S. Embassy has played, the U.S. has played in STL. And now, I would like to invite next our host for today, and that is the Semiconductor Technologies Limited Managing Director, Tony Gethenji. Tony Gethenji. Welcome.
Our chief guest, His Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, His Excellency, the Governor of Nyeri County, Mwalimu Mutahi Kahiga, Charge d'Affaires of the United States Embassy here in Kenya, Mark Dillard, the Cabinet Secretaries, honored guests, the PSs, of course, our STL family, Dedan Kimathi students, the educators, my family, good afternoon. Today we are very honored to have His Excellency here with us. In so many parts because he has taken the time to make our young engineers feel important. And so I would like to say, Your Excellency, with honor, that they are also our chief guests. A little bit about STL. STL was built on a dream. When I left Kenya, well, maybe I should go back and say after I finished high school at the Alliance High School and went to the United States for further education, as I grew my career, it was very urgent for me to keep a connection with this country and with my homeland of Nyeri. I'm from Kingongo. Every time I flew over to the Far East to establish semiconductor manufacturing, it always bothered me a great deal that I would fly over our continent and feel like I was not able to make an impact. So in 2016, when we conceived the idea, it was through a study group in Singapore where we were studying the structural strains of the semiconductor market, largely because the United States is very dependent on manufacturing of semiconductors in Southeast Asia and the Far East. When the COVID pandemic happened, it laid bare the strains and the structural weaknesses of the supply chain, which happens to be $530 billion a year. And so with that, and because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it was clear that there had to be a de-risking strategy for the semiconductor supply chain. The traditional semiconductor suppliers are in Southeast Asia, in Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, in the Far East, in China heavily, and Taiwan. Taiwan accounts for 34% of all semiconductors globally. Korea, Japan, Australia. Why not Kenya? A question that has been answered aptly today. if you were to go to a US company like IBM or Global Foundries of NXP Semiconductor, a few check boxes have to be made. For them to come and invest in Kenya, number one, there has to be human capital. I believe you saw the human capital. Number two, we have to have a government that is willing and able to support us, evident by His Excellency being here. We must have an academic system that churns out high-quality engineers. Thank you, Professor Kioni. You must have a progressive development agenda around manufacturing and industrialization, the manifesto of the Kenya Kwanza. You must have able technical officers. The CS education is here, the PS is here. Our governor is here who has enabled a lot of the infrastructure that we enjoy here at STL. Lastly, you don't have to wait to be profitable to give. You must have a CSR strategy. And in the interest of time, I will ask Marlene to come in very briefly, sir, just to tell you two things about what we're doing in our CSR strategy before I close, in the interest of time, Your Excellency.
Thank you so much, Managing Director. Thank you. His Excellency, our Chief Guest, the Deputy President, Riggy Gachagua, Nyeri County Governor, His Excellency, Mwalimu Mutahi Kahiga, Charge d'Affaires, U.S. Embassy, His Excellency, Mark Durald, the Vice Chancellor, Dedan Kimathi, Prof. Kioni, CSICT, Honorable Eliud Owalo, the CS Education, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, all Principal Secretaries present, Member of Parliament, Honorable Duncan Minor, our Managing Director, Tony Gidinji, our partners, distinguished guests, friends of STL, and STL fraternity. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Marlene Wanjiro. I'm the manager, Executive Office, Semiconductor Technologies. Helena Wangoi and Imelda Tapologo Foundation, we make the vulnerable invulnerable through technology. One of our initiatives is women empowerment. As you have heard, 70% of the staff at Semiconductor Technologies are women. So we empower the girl child. The foundation is a foundation under Semiconductor Technologies. Helena and Imelda, respectively, were our Managing Director, Tony Gidinji's, and our First Lady, Madam Bronia's moms. They were big on rescuing young girls, and as STL, we saw the need to continue with their legacy. Our main focus is corporate social responsibility, where we partner with other institutions, like we partnered with the Rotary Club of Langata, and we built a fully equipped computer lab at Kamuraini Primary School, located in Kieni constituency. This enables the children to experience technology at an early age. We foster education. We sponsor young girls to undertake STEM programs, and later they come to work at STL. Recently, we've partnered with other stakeholders, and we will be sponsoring any student from Kamburaini Primary School after they are done with the KCPE. While this costs 380 marks, we're going to take them through high school. After that, we will take them through university, where they will undertake STEM programs. We also donated 120 modern desks at Kamburaini Primary School. This continues. We look to partner with other stakeholders and continue donating modern desks that will encourage the young children to go to school and further their education. We also support the communities, whereby we feed the community. We are currently having a clothes drive where we will donate clothes. We also have mentorship sessions where we had the Kamburaini Class 8 students, just before they start for their KCPE, they came to the facility and we had a whole day of showing them what afterlife looks like. This gives them the opportunity and the desire to become engineers in future. We urge you all to join us in our foundation. Thank you.
In closing, Your Excellency, where do we go from here? Number one, we solidify our partners, the United States government, Kenya government, county government, the CS is all technical, hands on deck. We solidify those partnerships because you cannot do this by yourself. Secondly, we scale. We have seen the seeds of high technology built right in front of our eyes. Now it's time for those seeds to germinate. It's time for us to cross-pollinate and create institutions just like the one you saw in all the technical universities in Kenya. This scalability will allow for us to move R&D into fabrication, into manufacturing, and address large vertical industries including agriculture, microelectronics, sensors, IoT, all these devices that run our daily lives. In closing, Your Excellency, our request, our Marshall Plan, just like Europe was rebuilt after the war, we want to take advantage of what Kenya has to offer in your administration. We would like to ask for your support, not necessarily monetarily, but by way of infrastructure, by way of policy, by way of supporting small and medium-sized enterprises, as is in your manifesto. We look forward to partnering with you at every level, governor at every level, all technical people, hands on deck. That is the Semiconductor Technologies Marshall Plan. We expect this to be the Silicon Abadeas. Thank you.
Wow, a big hand of applause to the managing director. There was a video to be played. So,
Semiconductor manufacturing system designed and built in Kenya, Alborana. Alborana is an advanced thin-film silicon wafer sputtering system. It employs advanced recipe execution algorithms and machine learning technology. It is a highly versatile and extensive platform capable of layering multiple materials in the same pristine processing environment.
Alborana has been built away from the traditional areas of manufacturing.
One of the challenges that we faced while building this machine is that we didn't have all the components and materials that we required. To overcome these challenges, we had to do a lot of modifications. These modifications actually serve the intended purposes at the end. Other than that, we gained experience in semiconductor machine building.
I think the best part about working on this project and what I can attribute its success to is the teamwork.
It was amazing, an eye-opening project and a good practice of our skills. Working on a machine that can, on a hybrid machine that can both etch and deposit, it has been like something, something out of this world, man.
At the beginning, it was very exciting because you're part of this big project. You've been chosen to be part of the team that will build this big project. And then it's a first thing in Kenya, so you're like really excited. And then like as things start getting hectic, obviously you start getting anxious and then you start getting scared. But now you realize that you have to step up and then you can't make any mistakes. So it really helps you think like fast on your feet. Like you have to be quick on your feet. You can't mess up. And then speed is everything. Efficiency, you have to be very efficient. So when they test the machine, to make sure it works. Now we're nearing the end. I guess I'm still anxious, but I don't know, I'm kind of excited because, oh my God, we're part of this big thing. I don't know, I'm really excited. Yeah, that's basically it.
Diligence, competency, and timeliness, and general excellence are the words that I will use to describe the team that has worked on Alborana.
From design, implementation, and even commissioning, it has been done by our engineers. We are proud of that.
a hand of applause. So, Your Excellency, that it is. The next segment, Your Excellency, we are going to invite our area member of parliament, and kindly I will request that we look at our time. So I will be giving you just 2 minutes, and then you introduce the other members that you have come with. Kindly, because of time, we have to go by that. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. My name is Duncan Maina Madenge, the Member of Parliament for Nyeri Town. Nawakaribisha nyinyi wote. And CSS Education and ICT, PS Education, the Deputy Chancellor, U.S. Embassy, USAID, and of course, our pride, the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, and Dedan Kimathi University. And our son, Nyeri, born in Kingongo. Thank you for putting Nyeri on the technology map. We are proud of you, and I'm happy to meet you for the first time. I want to congratulate the team of young engineers. A lot of times, of course, Governor and Deputy Governor and the county staff, I want to congratulate the young engineers. A lot of time, when leaders stand and speak, they say, you're the leaders of the future. But today, I met the future of Kenya right here in your work. Together with us, we have members of parliament. Kindly, let me start with the member of parliament for Kieni, who is basically a few, Kieni starts maybe 100 kilometers from here. 100 meters, yes, 100 meters from here. A member of parliament, Wainaina of Kieni. We have got the member of parliament for Mokoreine, Mheshimiwa Kagushia. We had a member of parliament who accompanied our deputy president. Did you have one in the team? No. Okay. Then we have got our senator, Engineer Home Matinga. We've got Mama County. So thank you again for the teamwork. We'll continue to work together. Your Excellency, allow me today to say two things. When I've looked at what I have seen here, in terms of this institution linking the graduates to the market and what the market requires, we have a great future. And Nyeri Town is unique in certain ways. In Nyeri Town, we have got one of the largest campuses of KMTC. We've got the School of Agriculture at Wambogo Farm. We've got the Nyeri Technical University. We've got the Outspan Medical College. And we've got Dedan Kimathi University. It therefore means that the potential of the education sector to drive the economy of Nyeri is very huge. However, we are worried by one thing, that if the dual carriageway takes a turn from Marwa towards Kiganjo, all this potential could be heavily jeopardized. If we can extend that dual carriageway into Wabogo Farm School of Agriculture, Nyeri National University, Dedan Kimathi University, and the Cancer Center, and then Nyarifo Airport, will have done the best service we can give to this county. In terms of longevity, in terms of continuity, and in terms of the future. So I will beg that we come and engage you and Kenha on that matter. The second element, and the last one, is the value addition of the minerals in our country. And Tony, I couldn't help think about base titanium in Kwale and Taita Taveta, and the potential that you know of titanium in medical implants and the equipment you're making here. And you can see where we can go. The potential is humongous. And Professor Kioni, I think it's time. For a long time, you've had the dream of the Faculty of Medicine in Kimathi. With the linkages that we are seeing and the hospital here, then we are easily able to take off. So I want to thank you, and I'm sure that Your Excellency, because Nyeri is your heart. It's not your heart that is in Nyeri. Nyeri is your heart. I am sure that we can be able to harness this great potential that we have to move into the future. The last one. In terms of the infrastructure development that needs to come up, I think we need to link up Nyeri with the funds that come through the Ministry of Industrialization. Thank you very much. Once again, karibuni sana.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. I'll now invite the CS Education Honorable Ezekiel Machogu to make his remarks.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, the Governor, Judge, the Affairs, U.S. Embassy, Your Excellency Mark, the PS Higher Education, who is here with us, Dr. Petrus, members of Parliament who are here, my friend, the Vice Chancellor of Dedan Kimathi University, the Chair of Council, Jane Nyakango, the Regional Commissioner, and all government officers present. Your Excellency, it is indeed a good opportunity once more for us to be in Dedan Kimathi University, and we want to thank you in a very special way for finding time to be here today for the launch of the Machine Building Division of Semiconductor Technologies Limited, which has seen the designing and the building of Oriboran, the first of its kind designed and built in Kenya. This great Kenyan known as Tony Gitinji, I think all of us, we thank you, Tony, for the great work, the great initiative. The first time I was here, Your Excellency, indeed, I inquired, and when I was informed it is being done by Kenyan, I said, yes, Kenyans, we have potential, and we can be able to move this country a step forward. Your Excellency, this marks a significant milestone in the development of Dedan Kimathi Science and Technology Park, and in fast tracking the industrialization process of this country, because indeed what we require, we know manufacturing as of now, its contribution to GDP is about 7-8%, and if we are able to take that one to 15-16%, then for sure we will be able to know that our country is making progress, and we will be able to achieve our developmental goals as set in Vision 2030. Dedan Kimathi Science and Technology Park is the first national project being implemented by the Ministry of Education as a key enabler of the development tenets as espoused in the Kenya Kwanza agenda and in the Vision 2030. This is very encouraging that this state-of-the-art plant is located in the Science and Technology Park facility that the Ministry of Education is supporting at this institution. We congratulate the university for the effort it has made to support the park through initiatives such as the Startup Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Management, Film and Mission, and the Gaming Hub, among others, and hosting technology enterprises such as Semiconductor Technologies Limited, from which we are launching the Oriboran system today. And I want also, Your Excellency, to thank this man here and the council for what they have done. He has done us proud, Professor Kioni, wherever after here you will be, I'm sure you will have another opportunity of again transforming our country in the same way that you have done in this particular institution of Kimathi. When I was here last month, sir, I noted that DECUT had already partnered with Concert Technopolis, the Development Authority, in harnessing the innovation ecosystem in the country. Furthermore, the university is employing some of the ICT technologies being deployed by Technopolis, such as the virtual desktop infrastructure solutions, and also partnering in the deployment of data center management solutions. I also noted that this institution is also partnering with the coffee farmers in improvement of coffee production and value addition. Indeed, it is impacting the society, the community, in a very, very great way. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also pleased to know that the Oriporan is a public-private partnership between the university and Semiconductor Technologies Limited. The collaboration will attract more anchor clients to the Dedan Kimathi Science and Technology Park, thus enhancing the industry academia collaborations and close the gaps between the academia and the industry needs. More than ever, we need such resource-oriented partnerships that help create solutions to critical challenges facing humanity today, such as food insecurity, climate change, energy crisis, and the pattern of disease. You will agree with me that partnerships are critical to the realization of our development targets as posted by the 17th goal of the UN's Agenda 2030 on sustainable development, and we must build more and more. The country is already reaping fruits of this initiative. A Semiconductor Technologies Limited factory has confirmed, and as I confirmed the last time, has already created employment and employed 8 of our youths and trained of over 150 young people, and is continuing to train more. I was also impressed, sir, that this university has done tremendous work in support of the Science and Technology Park. The university has established several research centers to support the Science and Technology Park and provides innovative solutions to various technological and social challenges. Allow me at this juncture to congratulate the university for maintaining its focus on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics programs, because when I was here, I confirmed that 71 of the courses undertaken here are STEM-based. So with 36% of them being in the engineering sector, I think as a country, that is the trend, that is the way we must go. As I conclude, I congratulate the university and the Semiconductor Technologies for the establishment of this initiative that I have no doubt will be a game changer in Kenya's pursuit for digital economy. And my friend, the CS of ICT is here. We will be able to partner, we will be able to collaborate so that in this administration, sir, we are able to take this country to another level. And now it is I want to take this opportunity to invite my colleague, the CS ICT, Eliud Owaro, to come and address us. Eliud, welcome.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Riggy Gachagua, His Excellency, the Governor of Nyeri County, Mwalimu Kahiga Mutai, the Charge Affairs of the U.S. Embassy, all members of Parliament present, the principal secretaries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, in the Kenya Kwanza development agenda, both yourself and His Excellency the President deemed it appropriate that ICT is not just an enabler, but a critical success factor of our development proposition. Within that Kenya Kwanza development plan, Your Excellency, you went ahead and decided that the information technological highway is going to be a standalone thematic area in our development plan. To implement that thematic area of the Kenya Kwanza development plan, Your Excellency, we have gone ahead to determine 4 thematic areas that are also not only aligned to the Kenya Digital Master Plan, but also the Kenya Digital Economy Acceleration Program. The first component of that plan, Your Excellency, is digital infrastructure, where under the guidance of both yourself and His Excellency the President, you have tasked us to deliver a minimum of 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic cable. To augment that, Your Excellency, we are going ahead to ensure that we are upscaling the number of services that are onboarded on our digital platforms from the current 350,000 government services to an envisaged 5,000 government services, so that all government services and processes are both digitized and digitalized, so that the Kenyan public can interact with government from the comfort of wherever they are. In our second thematic area, which is the digital skills, we are simultaneously and correspondingly ensuring that we are partnering with the private sector to enhance the level of technological skills in the marketplace, so that there is optimal uptake of the technological infrastructure that we intend to roll out. While leveraging on both that level of digital skills and the digital infrastructure, we are putting in place deliberate efforts to ensure that we move away from the traditional ways of doing business to embracing e-commerce, so as to enhance the level of efficiency and effectiveness with a view to ensuring that there is an enhanced level of both trade and commerce for purposes of economic development, Your Excellency. And finally, our other thematic area is digital entrepreneurship. In this key result area, Your Excellency, we envisage that we should be able to leverage on the skills, competencies, and capabilities within the Kenyan public, so that we don't become perpetual importers of ICT technology, but we become deliberate manufacturers of both ICT software and hardware, so that we position this country effectively as the ICT hub of Africa, and also position it effectively by way of comparative advantage in the global marketplace. What we have witnessed here today, Your Excellency, is a classic example of the potential that we have among our local Kenyan population. I'm very happy that by this very initiative of Semiconductors Limited, we have seen what as a country we are capable of doing, using our own technical capacity to create jobs, to become entrepreneurs, and also to ensure that the potential that exists among our youth, our young boys and girls, is fully exploited, so that our youth don't become job seekers, but they can become entrepreneurs who can help us create jobs. This example we have witnessed here today gives us an opportunity and potential, Your Excellency, to create a minimum of about 2 to 3 million jobs within this country, digital jobs within this country, within the next 2 to 3 years. And that is the direction that we are going, Your Excellency. If I may borrow a leaf from Tony Gidinji here, when I finished my O-level at Maseno School, I did not know that one day I will be tasked with this enormous task of steering this integral component of our development agenda to ensure that this country becomes both an empowered and digitized Kenyan society. We have seen that it is capable, Your Excellency, and under the continuous guidance of both yourself and His Excellency, the President, I can assure you and all stakeholders that as a ministry we will put in place an enabling policy, legal, and regulatory framework that is responsive to the needs of the market, so that we can facilitate sustainable economic development of this country while leveraging on technology. We are capable of making sure that Kenya is the ICT hub of Africa, and leveraging on the technology, skills, potential that we have within the Kenyan public to position this country effectively by way of comparative advantage and sustainable economic development. With those many remarks, if you allow me, Your Excellency, may I now have the distinguished honor and privilege to welcome you to address the gathering. Let us all, let me invite the Governor of Nyeri to come and make his remarks before inviting you to address the gathering. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elliot. Unfortunately, I found you had taken all the long legs. That's why they have to bring me down. Your Excellency, the Deputy President, and a son of this county, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I take this opportunity, number one, to welcome you, sir, Your Excellency, back home. We love you. We are happy when you are here. And to all those who have come here for the very first time, Karibuni Nyeri. I want to take this opportunity to introduce the Deputy Governor of Nyeri, David Waroe Kenanire, and in the same breath, introduce the woman rep from Embu, Double N. Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, my background is in teaching, so I may not have a lot to say on these elements, but what we are witnessing today is clearly the product of collaboration between institutions for the good of the people. We must appreciate that Tony Gidenji, we would have expected, knowing where you come from, you are either going to be a lawyer or a banker or a politician. You know what I mean. But you took the line of engineering, and you have gone beyond that to really actualize it here. Your Excellency, as I stand here, I can tell you that Nyeri County, within the town, we already have an American company that we have a medical call center in Nyeri called On Q, where they have employed about 100 young engineers right from Kimathi here, and they are handling business from the United States. Our biggest challenge, which I throw to Edward, to Elliot, is that their biggest problem, they've been to my office, is that they have too much downtime. And the Americans cannot stand that. We can struggle with mteja hapatikani, but them, they have a problem. You may need to look at that, because they tell me they have a capacity to increase the numbers employed. Currently, they are at 150. They are ready to go to about 500. We must also take this opportunity to thank our professor, the VC. Your Excellency, so much has been done here, and the grand plans that the VC has had, in collaboration even with the national government and ourselves. I remember we started, there was a company we were bringing here from the United States to come and do work on new technologies here, but we got held back because of bureaucracy. We pray that these things will change as you come. Now, standing here, Your Excellency, allow me to thank you and the President, because recently you honored me and the people of Nyeri with an award of the Elder of the second class Golden Heart. Really, we must appreciate, and we want to send a lot of thanks to the President through you from the people of Nyeri. It is long since we got them. Sometime, but we had almost forgotten that they come. And we will commit to work hard to ensure that the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto, which we are part of and on which ticket we were elected, will be able to soar. We thank you so very much. Tony Gidenji, the sky can only be the limit. I mean, you can't stop where you are. We must spread, and this must be the center. The company we were bringing here was meant to deal with the East and Central Africa. Yours must be the entire Africa as we produce. And I want to give a commitment as county government of Nyeri that for all, you know, we fast track everything you need, building plans, approvals, even where you need us to waive. I know we have done, we have gone as far as waiving 5 million Kenya shillings to ensure that we are able to progress. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate that the Deputy President is here with us. We are glad you are here. And let me mention a word about these young entrepreneurs, these engineers. You people are amazing. Me and the Deputy President were wondering, how did they put all this knowledge in those small heads at that age? You are exemplary. Please, let's increase our numbers. And of course, credit goes to the VC for what we can see are your products. Sometimes the Bible says you shall know them by their fruit. We can see your fruit, and we are really proud and appreciative of you. Your Excellency, let me finish by saying this. Currently, we are working very closely with the local administration from your office. They are doing as well. We are working together, and we can see a lot of progress because we have worked collaboratively very well, especially on the farming program and many others. We are now in tandem, and things are going well. I think it is important that we mention that to you when you are here. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the singular pleasure of inviting the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, and I want to humbly request all of you to be up standing and give him a wonderful clap. Karibu.
Thank you. Please be seated. The Cabinet Secretary for ICT, my friend Eliud Owalo. The CS for Education, my friend Ezekiel Machogu. The Principal Secretary for Higher Learning and Research. Your Excellency, the Governor of my home county, Mwalimu Mutahi Kahiga. Charge the Affairs of the United States, Mark Dillard, the Vice Chancellor of this great institution, Professor Kioni, the Semiconductor Technologies Limited Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director, Anthony Githinji, the Member of Parliament for Nyeri Town constituency, the Honorable Duncan Maina Madenge, other members of Parliament present, STL fraternity, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited to preside over the launch of the Alboran, a product of the Semiconductor Technologies Limited, here at the prestigious Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. This is one of the most advanced semiconductor manufacturing systems designed in Africa. It is a demonstration that we have the potential of leading the continent in all aspects of technology, in driving sustainable development towards the Kenya we want and the Africa we want, where nobody is left behind. I'm particularly delighted that this milestone is achieved in Nyeri, my motherland, where I was born and brought up. This means that the young people in this region have an added advantage in accessing better technical support if they align their digital startups to this innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, I allow the partnership between the Dedan Kimathi University of Technology and the STL in realizing this milestone. It is a testament that if we need to achieve our Vision 2030 and sustainable development as guided by Agenda 2030 of the United Nations, partnership is a must. I'm particularly excited that STL settled on Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, focused on solution-driven innovations. Theory education alone cannot help us emerge as a lead in digital economy in Africa. We must blend academic work with hands-on professional experience. This can only happen when we allow innovation enterprise, such as STL, to collaborate with our learning institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore the reason that I give priority to this launch from the hundreds of invitations that I receive daily. Because anywhere that people, any program that creates jobs is a priority for President William Ruto and I. In our pillars of catapulting the country to the next level of development, the Kenya Kwanza administration has identified science and technology as the conveyor belt to delivering our promise. Demand-led innovation in manufacturing is at the heart of the Ruto administration. That is why today it is important as we launch a system that responds to the demands of the market. And indeed, the semiconductor sector is one of the most crucial components of the digital industry. Almost every electronic device we have today is built on semiconductors, from smartphones, fridges, cars, laptops, among others, rely on chips. This is because we have seen the potential of this sector in dealing with one of our most urgent challenges of youth unemployment. As a government, we want to harness creativity to generate more and decent jobs for the 5.7 million job-seeking youth so that they can contribute to the delivery of the Kenyan Kwanza plan and build their motherland. On this note, I appreciate the support of STL to the youth in offering 70% of your employment to the people between the ages of 20 to 35 years. His Excellency President William Ruto and I will offer the requisite support to our learning institutions, development partners and friends in creating jobs and other opportunities for the people of Kenya. I also seize this opportunity to thank the United States government for the support and partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, and our plan, we promise to create 100,000 kilometers digital superhighway. To establish and reap the benefits of the fifth industrial revolution, we need the best technology. STL and the Dedan Kimathi University of Technology have shown us that we have all that it takes. Best technology is no longer a trickle down from the developed world. With the manufacturing of semiconductors and other forms of innovation in Kenya, we have disrupted the status quo with bottom-up flow of technology. We are proving to the world that we are not only consumers, but also producers of top-notch technology. At this point, I acknowledge the academic excellence support from STL to the university, especially in science, technology, and mathematics. I commend the STL for training over 150 engineers in chemical, mechanical, electrical, and mechatronics disciplines. Ladies and gentlemen, the skills and ingenuity showcased in this launch of the Olboran semiconductor is a kicker towards making Kenya an exporter of technology in the region and globally. In return, this will build the reputation of our nation as a leader in solution-driven innovation, attracting more foreign investment, especially by tech giants, into the digital economy. With such efforts, I can already see the Silicon Savannah across the bridge. For this reason, I encourage STL to upscale manufacturing of the semiconductor system, silicon wafer processing, nanotechnology, materials, among others. As we also grow in technology, digital threats linger. This calls for strong cybersecurity infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, as we struggle with climate change, drought, food and water shortages, and other forms of challenges, I encourage the STL and Dedan Kimathi University of Technology to work closely with key players, especially in the agricultural value chain, for improved production. As I conclude, I implore STL to accelerate knowledge transfer to other leading institutions in specialized areas of bigger and better reach. I am aware that your strategic plan envisages expansion to 5 centers in Kenya by 2024 and 3 others regionally by the year 2026. Count us in that plan. With those very many remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you the very best in this venture. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and a prosperous year 2023. Asanteni sana. Just in conclusion, is to say how excited we are. As we went round the labs, we were so moved when we see our young people, young engineers below the ages of 30 driving this initiative. I want to say our young engineers, congratulations, and I have no doubt that the future of this country is in good hands. We want succession management by handing over this country, its systems, the infrastructure, the creativity, the innovation to our young population. That is our resource as a country, our young people. And what I have seen here today, I'm a very happy man, a very proud Kenyan, a proud parent to see vibrant young people doing great things and taking the center stage in the technological transformation of our great country. I really want to encourage you. My only observation is that the boy child doesn't look to be in the center of the whole of this transformation. No, my wife, Pastor Dorcas, is passionate about the boy child. So still, I'll report you to her so that she can come around here and try to create some affirmative action in favor of the boy child. You know, the boy child amewachwa nyuma kidogo. So vijana tuamuke. I want to say this great institution, Professor Kioni, we want to salute you for your leadership. You've done a very wonderful job. You know, I listen to these people from the big schools. You know, they always look for an opportunity in their speech to let us know where they went to school. Especially the ones from Alliance, they are very notorious. The Honorable Kimathi Ichung'wa, our leader of majority, does not let us have tea. He keeps on reminding us that he was at the Alliance. So I saw your CEO in a very clever manner circumvent his speech to let us know that he was at the Alliance. And our CS ICT was not left behind. He looked for a way to also let us know that he was in the Great Baseno. So that governor leaves me and you in a very difficult situation because of where we went to school. But let me tell you, I also went to a great school. And why is it great? It is great because Professor Kioni, one of the most refined university administrators in this country, a man who has transformed Kimathi University to a great institution in technology and science, went to the same school with me. So you have no doubt I'm also properly learned. You know, Governor, when I was appointed running mate, these social media characters and this media, they were trying to demean me that I am very backward, I am from the village, I don't know anything. Until I appeared on that debate with Mother Karua. And within 90 minutes, they knew that I and Professor Kioni went to the great school called Kenyaga High School. So, musicheze na sisi, hata sisi tuko sawa. This guy called Professor Kioni, I want to say today, his leadership of this university to the success story that it is today has not just begun when he's a professor. When we were in Form 1, Kioni, a little boy then, like I, beat us in sciences from day 1 up to Form 4. And you see, if you see Riggy Gachagua accepting somebody is good, that somebody must be very good. Because I'm also not very poor. And he was doing pure science. He was in Form 4Z. And when we did our Form 4 exam, those days the grading was Division 1, 2, 3, up to 4. And Division 1 was from 6 points to 23. Professor Kioni had a distinction 1 in every subject, 9 of them, so he had 6 points. So he is not in this university by accident. And the success story that we see today, it's not something he has just started. He was a focused scientist from the days he was a young boy. And I want to say, when his tour of duty comes to an end here, the government of the Republic of Kenya will deploy him appropriately to develop another great institution. And I also want to say this, Kimathi University is very dear to me. I come from here. It is named after Field Marshal Dedan Kimathi, the hero of our liberation struggle. The Field Marshal who led the battle in the Aberdares and Mount Kenya to drive the British colonialists and the Home Guards and the Comereras and the Tukunias out of our land. My parents were in the forests under Dedan Kimathi. We are very emotional about this institution, that it is named after Field Marshal Dedan Kimathi. So we want to say, even when Professor Kioni's tour of duty is over and we need to change guard, we'll make sure that the team that will come here will build on what Professor Kioni has built over the years. And this is a great institution for this county. And for me personally, I'm very emotional about it because of our freedom struggle. And you know, the struggle to drive the British colonialists away from this country for taking our land and our freedom started here in Nyeri, between the two mountains, the Aberdare and the Mount Kenya. History has repeated itself. The struggle to liberate the people of Kenya from slavery by a few families started here in Nyeri a few years ago. And this great county of Nyeri is a great land. It is the land of Field Marshal Dedan Kimathi, the land of Stanley Madenge, the land of Field Marshal Muthoni, the land of Professor Wangari Maathai, the land of the best president and economist in this country, the late Mwai Kibaki. As a county, we pride ourselves with producing great minds. And I request the governor of Nyeri and the elected leaders to work hard and keep our name high in this country. Work hard. And I say, this Thursday, we'll be burying another great man from this county, the late Honorable Eliud Matuamai, the man as executive director of ICDC oversaw the transformation of entrepreneurship from the white colonialists to indigenous Kenyans. The man who was member of parliament for Madeira for 15 years. And most importantly, he'll be remembered for turning around a dead KCC into a vibrant new KCC. That is a man from this county. And I keep on telling people, and I dare say, when you want good workers in this country, come here. When the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta in his last years, and he was struggling with the age and health, but nobody knew he was struggling. He had strong people from this county behind him. The late Mwai Kibaki was Minister for Economic Planning and Finance. Duncan Degwa was the governor of the central bank. Eliud Matuamai was executive director of ICDC. Gine Karundi was the MD of East African Railways and Harbors. Ignatius Derry was the director of CID. Stephen Mwangi Mureithi was the deputy director of the special branch. Isaiah Mwai Madenge was the PC Red Valley. Eliud Mahevu was the PC Coast. And many others, strong bureaucrats and technocrats from Nyeri around Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. And he succeeded. I want to ask the people from this great county of Nyeri, those of you, I included, who have been given a privilege by President William Ruto, please, let us not let him down. Let us hold the name of this great county high by working hard, being focused, and making sure we are efficient. We have been given from this county a deputy president. We have been given 2 principal secretaries, and more is coming. Those of you who will be identified by President William Ruto to assist him in the management of the affairs of this country from this county where I'm born and brought up. Please let us not let down the president. Let us not let down the people of Nyeri. Just the way the people of Nyeri succeeded in the 70s in assisting Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, those of us who will be given an opportunity by President William Ruto to help him in the management of the affairs of this country, let us stay true to the spirit of Nyeri, of brave, courageous, efficient men and women to drive our national agenda. So Professor Kion, we are proud of you, very proud of you. And I want to thank the University Council. They have done a tremendous job to hold this institution high. And I want to urge every person, not just in this county, but across the whole country, those of us who have been given a privilege to serve, to give it our all, to give it our all for the sake of our country. Because an opportunity arises once in a lifetime. And when you are given that opportunity, you do what you have to do. Our young engineers, we are proud of you. We are proud of you. I'm very happy. And I have told the Vice Chancellor, I'll create time when I'm just around without all this madoido, because I'm a local guy here. Nikatie pale nyumbani mguu, nipitie hapa chaka tu nikuje. So that we look around what is happening and I get more interested because I'm fascinated by the capacity that has been developed in this great institute. Kwa hayo mengi sana, ningetakia nyinyi Christmas jema. We ask our officers in the national government, the RIC is here, the county commissioner and our police commanders, please make all the arrangements and make sure these guys have a very peaceful Christmas. Wale watu wachache wa kuharibu mrokote hao yote muwafungie mpaka tutoke Christmas, so that they can allow these people to enjoy in peace. You know, we only have 1% that is troublesome, just one, and that 1% can create hell for everybody. So I want to urge our officers of security. There's no Christmas for you, unfortunately, but that is your job. You look for it. As we enjoy, and the rest of Kenyans enjoy, na nyinyi mtuange kazi to make sure that we enjoy. That is your job description, especially during this Christmas festive season. Nataka kuuliza watu ya Nyeri tufurahie, lakini tupunguze pombe kidogo wakati ya Christmas. Tusikunywe sana, kidogo tu. Hata kama lazima ukunywe 2-3 uende nyumbani. Hii maneno ya kutoka jioni mpaka kesho yake, hiyo is not healthy. So let's have a nice time. Let's be peaceful. Let everybody allow others to enjoy Christmas. Even the petty thieves, wale pickpockets na nini, hata hao waende wapumzike. You know, everything must have a break. Si hata hao wapumzike. They can take a holiday also from what they do. Unajua ubaya hata hii pickpockets na wengine wanakaza mimi na president wanasema hata tuliwaambia kazi ni kazi. But we did not mean that hiyo kazi hiyo. We meant this one. This one of developing technology, this one of borrowing money from the Hustler Fund and making sure that you reinvest it. And by the way, we are doing well. As of this morning, Kenyans have borrowed 9.4 billion and they have paid back 2.6 billion. So, and it is not much, but when you borrow repeatedly, it's a lot of money. Borrow the 1,000, invest, pay back, borrow another one, invest, pay back. That is why we told those Azimio characters, they were telling people to borrow and not to pay. That is retrogressive thinking. You know, a whole senator elected by the people. And himself, he is borrowing at 3% for his mortgage. And he is paying from his salary. How can you tell people who vote for you not to borrow? Because they would like these people to remain poor so that they remain their slaves to be misused when elections come. I want to ask our people to ignore the retrogressive call by the Azimio characters not to pay money they have borrowed from the Hustler Fund. Please borrow and borrow again and again. And the way that system is working, the more you borrow and pay, you build your credit rating. So you start with 500, you pay, they go to 800, you pay, up to 50,000. And if you don't pay, that is it. You'll never borrow again. And I don't think that 2,000 you are being told by Azimio fellows not to pay will change your life. It will change your life by borrowing all the time. And we want our people to borrow up to 50,000. So please, let us utilize the Hustler Fund. It's a creative intervention in our business because the problem has been lack of affordable credit to people who have no collateral, those who have no title deeds, those who have no logbooks. That has been the problem. We now have a money you can borrow up to 50,000 without a logbook, without a title deed, and that is what has been lacking for this country. So as I'm in Nyeri here, my home county, I would like to ask the people of this great county to make full use of the Hustler Fund, borrow money and do business, and keep on borrowing and paying, keep on borrowing and paying, and keep on building your stock, keep on expanding your business, so that in another 2-3 years, you are 10 times where you were before that one. Finally, I bring you greetings from the President of the Republic of Kenya, the one and only Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Asanteni sana. May God bless you and bless you abundantly. Asanteni sana.
Kindly let's be upstanding as we appreciate the